Can a movie made today about whaling make the audience cheer for the whalers and not the whales? In the Heart of the Sea, a movie directed by Ron Howard, starring Chris Hemsworth, Benjamin Walker, and Tom Holland. It is the story of the whaling ship Essex and how it was attacked and sunk by a whale. This true life tale is what Herman Melville based his book, Moby Dick, off of. Let's start with this. The trailers for this movie have been extremely misleading. From what they have shown, it almost looks like this movie is a Jaws remake, except with a whale. Maybe a more apt comparison would be it's a Moby Dick adaptation and not an event that's based on true life. This is not that story. This is a survival story, and I hope the marketing for the movie doesn't turn people off after they go and see it. The movie starts out with Herman Melville going to visit the last surviving member of the Essex, cabin boy Thomas Nickerson. The older version of Nickerson is played by Brendan Gleeson, who does a great job of playing the troubled soul. Melville has come for the true account of the Essex to inspire his work of fiction. After some coaxing, Nickerson agrees to recount the events that led to the ship's sinking. We flash back and are introduced to Chris Hemsworth's character Owen Chase, first mate of the Essex. Make no mistake about it, this is Chris Hemsworth's movie. It's not hard to imagine wanting to work for and be led by Chris Hemsworth's character Owen Chase. This is the second time that Hemsworth and Howard have worked together, both movies based on true life events. Rush is a good movie as well and proved that Hemsworth isn't just a pretty face who can put on a cape. Hopefully we are seeing the beginnings of a phenomenal actor and director team. Howard's directing seems to be at its best when he's recounting a true life event. He captures a mid-19th century whaling community perfectly. The screen really transports you back to that time. The exposition to inform the audience of just how important whale oil is to the culture was expertly and seamlessly integrated into the movie. Then we get the majesty of sailing and putting to sea. I am by no means a nautical expert, but the sea, like outer space, has always fascinated me. To explore the unknown and the dangers that it entails has always captivated my imagination. Shortly after we put to sea, we get the obligatory storm scene. It's an okay scene, but a few times during the film, the action seems a bit jumbled and you lose track of what's actually going on. It's really during this storm scene and when we are introduced to the massive whale that didn't really flow very well in the movie. There is, however, an action scene that's expertly done, and it's the first time they go on a whale hunt. The excitement has you on the edge of your seat during the first Nantucket sleigh ride. Howard, however, did this in a way that you still feel for the whales. They are still majestic creatures, and at no point did I really want the whalers to win the day. The scene is shot in such a way that's exciting, but sad and reverential at the same time. After this, we get a disgusting harvest scene. And not to spoil anything, but it's really not for people with weak stomachs. Almost the entire second half of the movie is about survival and man's own hubris. They did a good job of exploring this aspect of the movie, but there is one scene that really hits it on the nose. It's an exchange between Chase and Captain Pollard, and the movie really spoon feeds us the main theme. I really could have done without this exchange, but it didn't take too much away from the overall movie. For a history nut like me, I really enjoyed being transported back to the mid-19th century. Some might say this movie was slow, but I thought the pacing was spot on. Every time the story needed a shot in the arm, we flash back to Melville and Nickerson to break up the monotony of being at sea. Like I said before, this is a survival movie. The trailers have really made it out to be man versus whale, but it's a very small aspect to the movie. This movie is really about the human will to survive and our true place in the world. If this type of historical drama interests you, then this movie is definitely well worth seeing. See it in the theaters to get the full aspect of everything going on, but don't expect a movie chocked full of action. I enjoyed the movie, but I really can see it is probably not for everyone. I would watch it again, but it's not one I'm going to go rush out and buy either. The main themes of the movie do kind of get drilled into you as the audience, and I can see that being a big complaint as well. One of the very last lines of the movie really made me roll my eyes. However, still go see this movie if you enjoy seeing things based on historical events, and never actually expect to root for the whalers. You never do. One last note out there for all you superhero nerds and geeks. Tom Holland, who I'm sure you're aware is going to play the new Spider-Man, did a good job in this movie. I can see him being a great Peter Parker in Spider-Man. Well, I think that's it. If you like my video, please give me a big thumbs up. Share if you think this is worth sharing. Comment and let me know if you're still interested in seeing this movie, knowing that the trailers are a bit misleading. If you've seen the movie, let me know what you thought. Subscribe and or click the links at the end of the video to hear me babble on some more. Thanks for watching, and